I'm Sean Gibson.
And I'm Ashley Whittingham, and today we will be reporting on the second annual Beyond Words program that took place April 26th and 27th in Poly Canyon Village.
The event was an interactive simulation that exposed students to a variety of issues that are prevalent in our society today. The students walked through 5 rooms that each represented a different issue regarding prejudice, such as racism, stereotyping, and sexual harassment. In each room, the students were faced with the facts about how these pressing issues impact society today.
After they walked through the 5 rooms, students were then taken to a final room, where they were told ways in which they could take action against these problems. Students then met in small groups and discussed their thoughts and experiences with an advisor.
Reporter Stephanie Taft was on site to interview students. Here she is now with their reactions.
So we are here at Beyond Words, and hi Jordan, I understand that you guys had to visit, a bunch of different rooms. Which room stood out to you the most? Which had the most impact?
The one that impacted me the most was probably the last room. There was like a children's room, and it just talked about kids that have committed suicide because of getting bullied, along with a sexual assault room, just how someone was raped, and the story between the girl and the boy, and just the differences and how easily it happens and just how realistic it was. So
I thought the room that was probably my favorite was the classroom one, where we had stories about people in the LGBT community that have committed suicide, and it was just it was a place where you really got a lot of statistics of what's going on with people of that group, and you really learned a lot about just the difficulties that people in the LGBT community are having, and it was really an eye-opening thing to learn some of the statistics that were so high that you couldn't even believe it,
It was the one about bullying, just because they talk about people who committed suicide because of bullying and because of all that kind of stuff. And I'm from a small town in Colorado, and a lot of that stuff kind of happened in my town and in my high school, and kids that I knew personally have committed suicide. So that really hit home for me.
Now, did this room just have a certain movie in it where it depicted real cases, or did it just have somebody talking?
No, this one was kind of a role play. There were other resident advisors in there that were kind of role playing, and they had a bunch of posters about the kids, and then we got a handout that showed different examples of people who have committed suicide.
One had to do with body image. One had to do with racism in the media. One had to do with how media uses body image, and some groups had to do with how different words can mean different things to different people. So I mean, all the rooms were different, but I think the classroom one, at least for me, was the one that hit closer to home,
So do you think that this will really have a big impact on students who do attend this event? Do you think it's a really realistic portrayal of what happens in, real life?
yeah, I believe definitely it does. There's real examples, it really happens, and I feel like I've seen things like that around before. It just called to my attention more and made me think about it, and really was kind of in your face about it, which was good because I think it was memorable and something that I know I'm going to take away from.
I thought it was great because it wasn't throwing things down your throat. It was always asking questions. What do you feel about this? What is your opinion on it? And it was a great way it allowed you to see things in a very open light, and it didn't just say, hey, this is what it is and this is why it's wrong. It just said, hey, this is what it is. What do you feel about it?
So do you think that students from amid the many rooms, that students can truly learn from this event?
Definitely. I mean, I know coming to college you learn about a lot of things already, but this is kind of more personal. You're with a small group, and you definitely kind of are feeling it as you go through.
So since this is the second annual Beyond Words event, would you recommend this for your friends to come maybe next year when it takes place again?
Oh yes, definitely. I was actually planning on going back to my dorm and telling my friends about it because I feel like it was very impactful.
Thank you, Stephanie, for that report.
The Beyond Words program takes place at college campuses across the nation. Its purpose is to raise awareness about the discrimination and inequality issues and to motivate change.
This year's event at Cal Poly was hosted by Lauren Michelle Wayner, and she enlisted the help of 10 to 12 advisors, LCDs, CSDs, and others to help make this program possible.
While all students enrolled in Psych 251 were required to attend, the program was open to all students and was free of charge. Beyond Words will be taking place on the Cal Poly campus next year as well, so make sure to not miss it.
Thanks for joining us on the Poly Beat. See you next time on UHTV.
After walked through the 5 rooms. Students then,
Reporter Stephanie Taft was on site with interviews, and we're going to her now to hear about reactions to the walkthrough.
It's a little extended. Try one more time. Is that weird? I didn't open my mouth.
Robin, yeah. Thank you for joining us on the Poly Beat. See you next time, UHTV.
With
Okay.
the hands.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us on the Poly Beat. See you next time on UHTV.